adventure starts. Some last minute changes to the plans that I've made. Going no tent, hammock, and sleeping bag only. And I found out sleeping bag's only rated to 40 degrees. And I do believe it drops to like 30 something tonight. So it's a little less than ideal. All right, found a pretty good spot to set up base camp. Oh, all right, flip this rig around. That's the old Lake Michigan right there. Just been gathering firewood this whole time, kind of setting up base camp. And yeah, I think I'm pretty much done. I'm gonna set up the hammock, and then we're good to go. And I'll give you the old tour. And you know, Megan, if you're watching this, this is what I'm doing. That's why I keep instead of hanging out with you. So that's my bad. But base camp is looking real good. Right there's the sleeping bag. We got the food. I found some cinnamon just in the it was like still sealed, so I don't know if I should eat it or not. It's just cinnamon, so I don't know if I should put cinnamon on my popcorn or they do peanut butter and cinnamon straight from the jar. And here's the fire over here. Got the small stuff, some birch bark, medium, big, bigger. Oh, I'm kidding, that's just a big log. And then the old hammock. It's real windy, so I got my jug of water in there right now to just keep it from being too much of a big old red flag. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now, though. I guess it's way too windy. I left my fishing pole in the car, and if I go down there to the bay, that wind's gonna be blowing right at me. You know, it's the gales of November. They came early again. They're back with a vengeance, so I don't even want to risk it. I can see the waves. They're crashing on the shore from here, and I don't know how far. But all right, I did manage to get down to the beach, but it's real steep. I don't know how I'd ever get my fishing rod down here. And plus, I don't know if you can hear, but it is, I mean, look at them waves, dude. That is just, I don't know how you'd even fish in that. That's insane. So, I don't think I'm catching nothing. And if it's anything like, the bay by campus, you know, it doesn't get, I was a good 100 yards, 120 yards out from the shore, and I was still only like waist deep. So it's, I guess we just head back and find something else to do then. I guess I kind of just forgot the whole point of this is rest and relaxation. So I might start the fire, but I'll probably just sit here and whittle away a little bit. And I brought my Bible, so I might read some of that. But yeah, nothing big planned for the rest of the day, and I just get to sit here and enjoy nature, eat the food. Out on the weekend.
Trying to make it pay. Can relate to joy. He tries to speak and can't begin to say. She got pictures on the wall, they make me look up from her big brass bed. Now I'm running down the road, trying to stay up somewhere in her head. The woman I'm thinking of, she loved me all
So I'm gonna let the fire go out, and I got some whittling done. Although he looks more like a naked mole rat than a beaver right now, but give her time, Might set up the hammock again, just read my Bible a little bit, and hopefully come back with a little Bible study that you'll be forced to listen to. So, and then also I'll get some more firewood because I burned through a lot of the medium stuff because I was sitting so close. I didn't want a big fire, so I didn't burn none of the big stuff, or at least the smallest of the big stuff I did. But yeah, more firewood, more Bible, and come back and you're gonna learn and you're gonna love it. So basically here I just decided to cut this tree down for no reason, because once I cut it down I realized it was too big around and I wouldn't be able to saw through it, so I just had to leave it there. And I got some other trees, and you see I climb up there and try to tip it over. A little too ambitious, so I go back to hacking away, and I get too hot here and I take off my jacket, and eventually I knock it over, but it was all for nothing, just for the love of the game. So I've had nothing but protein shakes and popcorn today, and my stomach's finally starting to realize, so I guess it's about that time. Take the Browns to the porcelain bowl, if you catch my drift. Yeah, I think this will do. I guess I'll report back later. Went great. Probably just gotta hope not too many of those. Maybe that was a one and done, but it doesn't feel like it. And my diet's only gonna get worse. So it's Bible study time. I just finished it up. So I'd like to clarify here, I have had no formal training whatsoever. I'm not, I don't know, I'm no expert on the topic, but here's my thoughts. I use my big brain hopefully for something good here, huh? So the verse is 1 Corinthians 11:1. Follow my example as I follow the example of Christ. Now, to me, there's two main interpretations. Obviously, you can take it however you want to, right? But to me, there's two main ways. The first is, I think it's saying like role models should be Christ-like, and that's like the bit more of a stretch one. But the one that I think is the important, like main takeaway is the burden. It's like illustrating the burden of being a good example, right? So it's saying like follow my example, and this is Paul writing to Corinth, right? So he's saying follow my example as I follow the example of Christ. So I'll dive deeper into the role model first, and then we can break the rest down. So to me, being a Christian means Christ-like. So it's like, why would you look up to someone who's nothing like him, right? So he's saying like role models are like well and good, and they're, I think they're important to have. You can they inspire you, they can provide guidance to you, and it's like they can like give you a more nuanced perspective, right? It's fit specifically to like your goals, right? Jesus was a leader, and in this verse Paul is reiterating the importance of leading and setting a good example. And the fact that this is like a burden, right? It weighs on us, and it's something that we can't easily do, is Jesus was perfect and we are imperfect. So there's like a huge gap between who we should be and who we are. And then that the burden also comes from the fact that we have to do it all of the time, right? So there's a lot of people are only Christian on Sunday morning, and then that can lead to like Christians having like a bad reputation these days, because you only you go to church and then you live your life like you don't go to church. And it's it's set like a bit of a bad example, and living every moment of your life, trying to set a good example and follow the example of Christ is incredibly difficult. But it can like help fix this bad reputation that Christians have, that we have. And on top of that, not everyone was like raised Christian. Not everyone gets to hear about Jesus growing up. Not everyone goes to Sunday school. So it's by you following the example of Christ, you may get to inspire someone else, another Christian, to be better, or just another person that may not know about Jesus to either look into Jesus or just be a better person as well. So it's important to always be setting a good example, and that's my wisdom from the woods here. Jack, you were right when you told me don't come out here first thing in the morning, because it's noon and I've done everything I wanted to do. So it's and I still got half my day left. I got another 6 hours or so before it's dark, and it's just get more firewood, I guess, and live life. So I decided to call it. I just got bored, and I was like, oh, there's at least another 5 hours until dark, and my plan was just sleep until it's nighttime. And then I was like, well, if I sleep until it's dark out, then I'm not going to be able to go to sleep once it is dark out. And then it's going to be dark and I'm going to have nothing to do except just sit here by the fire and do nothing. So, I guess, mission accomplished. I don't know. I'll call it a draw, right? Because it was like, could I have spent the night? Yeah. Am I going to? No. So, it is what it is. I'll probably still make the YouTube video.